crack. Not easy.
Bacha log, so here we are at the very final session of our marathon series. So tell me, how do you feel? Right, which means if we complete this particular session, we have completed the entire part 1 of our NCERT book in one single day. So what will you feel? How do you feel about yourself? Do you feel more confident? You feel more happy now? What do you all say? Shreya, good evening. Khushi, hello. Harshid, hi. So Miara, right, Sanuj, Palak, Abhilasha, Sneha, Sabra, Mahi, Sanuj. Array 7 hours in a day, Miara. Wow, wow. I think it's a very good record for myself. Hai na? In my entire lifetime, I never have done that. Even I never thought that when the sessions was being planned, I could have done this. But here we are till this, Anna, till I'm smiling with full of energy in front of you. So yes, obviously God will be with all of us so that we can complete this amazing session in a super great way. Ayush, hi. Manisha, hi. Vansh, Myara. So a big hi, a big good evening to everyone here in the classroom. Sudeep, Palak. Okay, so everyone, hi, 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 hi. A big hi to all my bachalo once again. Bachalo, like I already have said. So here we are at the third session of our marathon series, where in this particular session, we'll be discussing the two super great chapters, let's say, which is electromagnetic induction and alternating current, and within, let's say, within 1.5 hours or 2 hours we'll be completing the session. Okay, now who are seeing me for the very first time? This is Ameer, your physics educator at Unacademy, and a bit of introduction about myself you all can see on the screen. Experience of more than 3.5 years in the field of teaching JEE, NEET and board student. Beta graduate from NIT Calicut, and here I am, Bachalo. And one more thing, Bachalo, that I want to tell you all is that I'm from Kerala. I don't know Hindi much. So we'll be having the basic communications in English, but chota mota, toda moda, okay? All the kind of talks can happen in Hindi. Chota mota, okay? Funny talks. So yes, I never knew that when I was starting the class at 3 p.m. I was confident, but I was not that 100% confident that we'll be reaching at this very final session at 10 p.m., which is EMI and AC. Thank God, right? I'm here and you are also here. So together we are going to make this happen, isn't it? Yes, we all are. So at 10 p.m. right now, we will be completing EMI AC concept, multiple choice questions and assertion recent type questions. So yes. If you don't want to miss any of the live classes from any of your live teachers, okay, from your lovely teachers, you just have to be a part of the Telegram channel where all updates are given. Link is given here and also in the description box, okay? Then bachalo, Bugs Bounty, it's a program. What will it help you for to get prices? What you have to do? Go to the description, you'll find a form. Fill the form if you're finding any inappropriate content in the videos uploaded by Unacademy. Valid hai. हो गया तो बहुत सारा prizes मिल जाएगा आप सब लोगों को. Now I'm going to give a small task to all the बच्चा लोग here in the classroom. बता दे कर सकता है क्या सबको? Can you all do that? बच्चा लोग कर सकता है a small task? You all know what the task is. Whoever is coming to my classes regularly, they know that. To share the class to all your friends, okay? And ask them to join as soon as possible, because here we are going to make something possible, something which was impossible, we are going to make it possible. Matlab, going through all the concept, multiple choice question, assertion, recent type in one single day, we made it happen. So ask them also to be a part of this amazing journey. Neve, Khushi, Megavarshini, Chandan, okay, ferromagnetic, Myara, Khushi. So everyone, I hope you all are gonna make it happen. So by the time they join, whoever is new to this classroom, I'll give you a brief introduction about regarding our subscription platform. Okay. But everything is nowadays available in our YouTube, you know? So why you have to spend some money and to make an Unacademy subscription? What is so special waiting for every one of you? I'll tell you, because some of you just like to have some personal guidance or personal mentoring when they are studying, okay, directly from the teachers. This can happen only when you are a part of Unacademy Plus subscription platform. More than that, some of you, don't you like to get your doubts cleared at the session, at the moment whenever a teacher is taking the session, है ना? So many of you want that to happen, and this can also happen once you're a part of Unacademy Plus subscription, because in the Plus subscription we have this feature of in-call facility where you can call the teacher in between the session and ask them the doubt and clear it out. Wow. Isn't it amazing? Yes, it is. More than that, the top educators of the country are waiting for you in the Plus subscription to help you with your studies. They'll be telling you what to study, what not to study, multiple choice questions you should be practicing. Then what are the MCQ questions you should be expecting, examination pattern, everything they'll be telling you. You just follow them. Okay, you're going to ace in all the competitive examinations and you'll be making your way to the colleges whichever you are dreaming about. Bachalo. Fair. Study materials will be given, practice test, live test series, all these programs bachalo will make you super confident and you'll be walking into the exam hall just like that and will be giving the exam paper essay and you're going to get the best score of your life. Let me promise you that simple thing. And if you're going for a 6-month subscription, it will cost you 1,667 per month. And again, zarurat bhi nahi hai utna ka. You don't have to pay that much also because we have this code which is AMB10. So use this code and get 10% of discount and maximum offers while you make the subscription. Now I hope you all can see the code, hai na? It's AMB10. Okay, moving on. Iconic subscription, you'll get all the features of Plus subscription, which all I have mentioned till now, plus some extra features such as personal mentor. Matlab, a person will be assigned to you. He'll be telling you what to study, what not to study. Okay, for everything related to your academic activity, this person will be there. And when this person is assigned to you, you'll feel more comfortable. You'll feel so easy. Okay, you'll feel so easy to learn. So this is a very good thing that can happen once you make Iconic. Live doubt solving, specially classes will be there for you. Weekly reports will be given to you. So if you're going for a 6-month subscription, it will cost you 2,833 per month. Again, you don't need to pay that much because we have our code which is AMB10. Use this and get 10% of discount where you'll pay only 2,550 and maximum offers while you make the subscription. Done, हो गया, टाइम आ गया हमारा. टाइम आ गया किसका? किसके लिए टाइम आ गया बच्चे लोग? वही बोल दे, देख ले, वही बोल दे. Look at my energy. I'm so happy because I made this happen. What about you all? What about you all? Is this sufficient for term one? इससे ज्यादा क्या हो सकता है आमना? इससे ज्यादा क्या हो सकता है? वही बोल दे आप. Aaron, Miara, Deepika, tell me. Ready? Palak. Back, Aaron. Good to have you back here. Palak. Then Sanchana, Sabra, Tushar, Abhilasha, Manisha, Yokita, Deepika, Van, Shasta. Arre baapre, there is an amazing crowd here. I'm so happy looking at the energy you all are giving to the class. So yes, why we have to wait? Let's get started. Starting with the very first chapter, electromagnetic induction. Okay. What is electromagnetic induction? Let's start with the definition. Electromagnetic induction is simply defined as the EMF produced. EMF matlab potential difference produced in a conductor, right, or in a closed conducting loop whenever the flux associated with it changes. Whenever the magnetic flux associated with the closed conducting loop changes and EMF is induced, that process we call it as EMI. ठीक है. Now देख ले. So first you should be knowing ये flux क्या होता है, magnetic flux क्या होता है. Electric flux सबको पता है, total number of electric field lines passing perpendicularly through an area, है ना, सबको पता है. Similarly, magnetic flux is what? हाँ, total number of magnetic field lines passing perpendicularly through an area, बस और कुछ नहीं. ठीक है. Now let us make an equation for this particular flux. 5B, which is magnetic flux. देख ले मेरे बच्चे लोग, देख ले. Let's say here from north toward the south there exists a magnetic field in this direction. Arre baap re. There exists a magnetic field in this particular direction. Magnetic field B vector. Here this blue color is the area here we have, right? So for the calculation of flux, like we did in our electric flux part also, we'll be considering area as a vector. What is the direction of area vector? If this is a plane, draw a perpendicular to the plane. That will be acting as what? The direction of area vector. Now, between the area vector and magnetic field, an angle is formed, that is theta. If you have all these things, you don't need anything to find out the total number of magnetic field lines passing through this area. Formula 5. BA cos theta, magnetic field, area, angle between the area vector and the magnetic field. That's all about magnetic flux. Fine? Okay, done, nothing more about it, nothing more to discuss also related to flux. So we're just going to proceed further. Now, बच्चा लोग देख ले, the flux was actually B dot A in the case of magnetic field when it is constant. Okay? When magnetic field is a constant, है ना, we'll be having this particular formula. Magnetic field vector dot area vector. ये होता है. Now, if the magnetic field is a variable, in that case, what will you do? Very good. B vector dot dA vector integrate कर ले. Now, if the magnetic field is a variable, integral of B dot dA will be giving you the total amount of magnetic flux. ये भी note कर ले. This is when magnetic field is constant, when magnetic field is variable. Two different formula for finding magnetic flux. ठीक है? ज़्यादा तो नहीं है ना? सबको follow कर सकता है? Okay. Moving on. Faraday's law. Let me tell you, the entire chapter is running on this particular formula only, और कुछ नहीं. What does it say? It simply says the EMF induced in a current carrying loop E is equal to minus of d by dt, the rate of change of magnetic flux associated with it. So if we are having a closed loop like this, right, the induced EMF in this closed loop is equal to rate of change of magnetic flux associated with it. Now, instead of one single turn, let's say this is having n number of turns, ऐसे n number of turns of same radius. In that case, EMF will be equal to minus of n times d by dt of flux. Why there is a negative sign? We are coming into that. First, let us discuss about the magnitude of EMF in different cases. ठीक है? भूल गया. Stylish था, है ना? Okay. So EMF is minus of n times d phi by dt होता है. ठीक है? Now let's see what are the, at what all different conditions we can have the EMF induced. Okay? देख ले. Taking the next page, पे lens slow हो जाएगा. So we'll go down. Going down. Go down. ठीक है. Go down हो गया. Okay, but chalo, Faraday's law tells you that the induced EMF is minus of n times d by dt of magnetic flux. What is the formula for magnetic flux? BA cos theta. Now, you know that the flux has to change here for the production of EMF. So, for the flux to change, either magnetic field has to change, area has to change, or theta has to change. Let's say there is a case where magnetic field is changing, area and theta are constant. Can we have the specific formula for EMF in that case? Bilkul. EMF is EMF case 1, B changes. Okay, when magnetic field B is changing, formula for induced EMF minus A is a constant, right? N is already a constant, cos theta is also constant. What remains inside differential is dB by dt. First formula. Okay, when magnetic field is changing alone, induced EMF is this. Okay, dB by dt means rate of change of magnetic field. Case 2. Area changes. When the area of the loop, let's say this is the loop we are talking about where the EMF is induced. If the area of that keeps on changing, what is the value of induced EMF? Minus, okay, area is variable, remaining things are constant, n b cos theta into d by dt of area. This is the case or the equation to find EMF when area is changing. ठीक है? Now, third case. theta changes. Okay, when angle theta is changing by keeping magnetic field and area as a constant, formula कितना होता है electric field sorry EMF का, EMF is equal to minus NBA d by dt of cos theta. Theta कितना होता है? Theta is equal to, how can you write in terms of omega and time? Omega t. कोई गड़बड़ है? अरे theta is equal to omega t, सबको पता है, बिकॉज थीटा बाय टाइम इज ओमेगा, सो थीटा इज इक्वल टू ओमेगा टी. इसमें क्या है, डिफरेंशिएट कर लें, माइनस एन बी ए डिफरेंशियल ऑफ कॉस ओमेगा टी इज साइन ओमेगा टी विद अ नेगेटिव साइन. डिफरेंशियल ऑफ ओमेगा टी कितना, ओमेगा, माइनस माइनस कैंसिल हो जाएगा, फिर क्या हो जाएगा, एन बी ए ओमेगा साइन ओमेगा टी. हो गया. So these are the different equations you should be knowing. ठीक है, which can be simply derived from Faraday's laws itself. So it's not a big thing. ठीक है, हो गया, कोई भी डाउट्स नहीं है ना बच्चा लोग, सब बढ़िया है ना, सब ठीक है. With a smile, can you all tell me? हाँ सर बिल्कुल सब बढ़िया चल रहा है, सब ठीक चल रहा है. सर चैट ऑफ बाबू सोना, अरे यूट्यूब का चैट कैसे हो सकता है, ऐसे ही चलेगा. सो दोस हु वांट टू लर्न, दोस हु आर मोर सीरियस अबाउट टर्म 1 एग्जामिनेशन है ना, वो इधर ही कॉन्सेंट्रेट करेगा. बाबू सोना सब निकल जाएगा इफ यू डोंट गेट अ वेरी गुड मार्क्स इन द एग्जामिनेशन एंड कैरियर नहीं है तो आप ही डिसाइड कर ले. Now, Lenz's law, very important, and many of you have told me yesterday, sir, please explain Lenz's law very well, because we all are having so much of issues here with the concept of Lenz's law. ठीक है, now, ये Lenz's law क्या है? What does it talks about? It talks about the direction of the induced EMF in a closed loop. ठीक है, now let's see how to find out the direction of the induced current in a given loop. First thing, देख ले, Lenz's law. Let's understand what it is. Lenz's law tells that the direction of the induced EMF or current, direction of induced EMF or current is to oppose the changing magnetic flux or the reason for change in magnetic flux, right? The induced EMF or current is produced in such a way to oppose the changing flux or the reason for producing the change in flux. Okay, now I have made the statement. Let us understand ये, ठीक है, देख ले, let us understand. I'm having a loop here, a closed loop here, right? Current नहीं है, EMF नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है. Now, I'm keeping a bar magnet near to it. Field lines are produced, है ना, obviously, ऐसे field lines are produced and will be moving towards south, सबको पता है, ठीक है. Now, when we move this magnet, when we are moving this particular magnet towards the coil, क्या हो जाएगा? The flux associated with the coil changes and EMF and a current is produced. Question: what is the direction of the induced current here? How will you find out? Just think about just think about Lenz's law. Lenz's law tells you what? Direction of induced current is to either oppose the change in flux or to oppose the reason for change in flux. What is the reason for changing flux here? Motion of north pole towards, है ना? Reason I'll tell you. Okay, movement of north pole towards it, right? So we have to oppose this particular reason. How? By resisting the motion of north pole towards a coil. कैसे? How can we resist this? By having another north pole here, so that north pole and north pole will be repelling. In that way, we can oppose the reason for change in flux. ठीक है? Okay. How can I produce a north pole here? By producing a current in the opposite direction, because an anti-clockwise current will be acting as a magnetic dipole with north pole on this side. ठीक है? That is the reason why in the coil we are having a current in the anti-clockwise direction. ठीक है? समझ में आ गया? समझ में आ गया सबको? और नहीं आ गया? नहीं आ गया, सब समझ में आ गया ना? ओके, एक और देख ले. ओके, सो आमिना अब्दिन इज गिविंग मी द आंसर. ठीक है, बिल्कुल. नाउ ये भी देख ले. चलो ये भी देख ले. विल टेक वन मोर एग्जाम. So this is a region of magnetic field. Okay, we are having a square loop which is entering into this magnetic field. Okay, question is, what is the direction of induced current here? Dekh le. When you move this particular closed loop into the region of magnetic field, क्या हो जाएगा? Magnetic flux associated with it increases, obviously. Why? Because as we move this particular loop inside, the area of this loop which contain the magnetic field increases. ठीक है? So as it moves inside, magnetic field in the inside direction related or associated with this loop increases. है या नहीं? As this loop moves into the region, more and more area will be including magnetic field in the downward direction. So what is happening? Magnetic field in the downward direction is increasing for this particular loop. So magnetic field is increasing is the reason, है ना? So reason क्या है? Reason for change in flux is increase of magnetic field inside. And Lenz's law tells current is induced in this loop in order to oppose this. How can we oppose increase of magnetic field inside? कैसे करेगा? By producing a magnetic field in the opposite direction, है ना? By producing a magnetic field in the opposite direction. मतलब the induced current must be producing a magnetic field outside. So how can we know what is the direction of current? Simple, right hand thumb rule. Okay, keep your thumb in the direction of the magnetic field to be produced. In which direction? Outward, है ना? Curl your fingers. Whatever is the direction of the curled fingers, that will be showing you the direction of current to be induced. What is the direction? Anti-clockwise. ठीक है, समझ में आ गया? So this is very important. Very important मतलब super important है. So I hope you all got it. ठीक है? Okay. So try to do some extra problems related to this topic. Nivek, Myara, Deepika, Harshit. ठीक है? Okay, good. Moving on. Lenz's law we already have discussed. Now motional EMF. Motional EMF क्या होता है? If you are having a rod, देख ले, this rod of length L. What do we have? A rod of length L. If it is made to move with some velocity, if this rod is made to move with some velocity towards right, and EMF is induced across this particular rod, then the value of induced EMF is given by the formula of B, magnetic field existing, length of the conductor is L, and V is the velocity with which it moves. So a potential difference is produced across its ends, and this EMF produced नाम है motional EMF. ठीक है? So formula for induced EMF in this case is BLV. Very important. ठीक है? Now you all can ask me, sir, how to find out the direction of the induced current here in this loop because of this EMF? Very simple. कैसे? For that we have Fleming's right hand thumb rule. क्या है हमारा पास? We have, अरे बाप, हमारा पास है Fleming's right hand thumb rule. ठीक है? So take out your right hand, stretch out all these three fingers, thumb, index and middle. Right? Now keep the index finger like all the time in the direction of magnetic field. ठीक है? Thumb in the direction of velocity of the conductor, which is towards right. Whatever is the direction of middle finger, that will be the direction of induced current in that rod. So कैसे? How will it be moving? The induced current will be कैसे? Upwards. So the current will be in the upward direction. So current ऐसे move करेगा, current ऐसे move करेगा, current ऐसे move करेगा. So this is how you find the direction of induced current in a much simpler way by using Fleming's right hand thumb rule. बहुत easy है ना ये. So practice कर ले, try to do some problems related to this. It's BLV and EMF is equal to BLV, current का direction भी. Now if you know the direction of current, can't we find out the polarity of the EMF also? कर सकता है ना. Current is moving up. What should be the polarity of this EMF BLV? अरे कैसे? It should be positive here and negative here, है ना? Then only we can have a current in this particular direction in this circuit. You can ask me, sir, if the resistance is R, can we find out this current value? बिल्कुल. Current I is equal to कितना? B L V divided by R. Current is potential difference by resistance. So resistance is given for this entire circuit. BLV by R, EMF by resistance. मिल गया करंट. ठीक है, इसमें सोचने का जरूरत भी नहीं है. ठीक है, समझ में आ गया. सो हम जा रहे हैं फॉर इंडक्शन एंड एनर्जी ट्रांसफर्स. मतलब देख ले, दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Just now we have discussed that whenever you move an conductor like this, an EMF is produced, which is BLV by R, right? And because of the presence of EMF, a current is also produced in that entire circuit, BLV divided by R. ठीक है, मतलब in this moving conductor there will be a current. Okay, there will be a current in that moving conductor. ठीक है, pen. There will be a current in this moving conductor. This moving current carrying conductor is present in an external magnetic field. Will it be experiencing a force? बिल्कुल. Formula ILB है ना. The force experienced by current carrying conductor is ILB. I का value कितना? BLV by R. So substitute I equal to BLV by R. So you'll get it as B square L square V divided by R. What will you get? We will get the answer as हाँ बिल्कुल B square L square V divided by R. इसमें सोचना क्या है? So the force is B square L square V by R. Okay. Next, what is the power given by this particular force? Formula for power. Power का formula क्या है बच्चा? Force dot velocity. Force is B square L square velocity by R. Multiplying with one more velocity. Power applied. B square L square V square divided by R. How much? B square L square V square by R. B square L square V square divided by R. Very important. Write it down. ठीक है, हो गया तो बता दे. हो गया तो बता दे बच्चा लोग. हो गया. फैन पेज, हाँ बिल्कुल दिखाऊंगा. आप वेट कर ले उधर. ठीक है, हाँ क्लास के अंत तक वेट कर ले. आप सब दिखाऊंगा. ठीक है, डन. म्यारा, दीपिका, सबरा, बोबी, योगिता, नीलम. अरे बाप रे, बढ़िया चल रहा है, सब बढ़िया चल रहा है. ठीक है. Similarly, if the rod is made to move with a linear velocity, BLV EMF. If the rod is made to rotate, देख ले, rod is hinged at the point O, as you can see. It is rotated ऐसे, okay? ऐसे rotate कर रहा है with some constant angular velocity omega. So the EMF induced across the ends of the conductor, formula B L square omega divided by 2 or half BL square omega. L क्या है? L length of this particular conductor. So okay, उधर BLV था straight. ठीक है, अब क्या कर रहा है? ऐसे rotate कर रहा है, ऐसे rotate कर रहा है. Okay, previously it was moving like this, now ऐसे rotate कर रहा है. Formula B L square omega divided by 2. ठीक है, eddy current क्या होता है? What is eddy current? ऐसा question ऐसे दे दिया. What is eddy current मेरा? चलो, eddy current. Just now we have seen that if we have a closed loop and if the magnetic flux associated with it changes, a current is produced. Similarly, if you are having a volume of a material, instead of a closed loop, you are having a volume. Let's say you are having a disk. If the magnetic flux associated with that disk changes, right, The current will be produced just like whirlpools. Okay, you know what are whirlpools that is produced in water. So current is produced just like eddies or whirlpools in water. So this current that is formed inside in big volume of material, not in a closed loop, in big volume of material size, say we call it as eddy current. इसका नाम है eddy current. Nothing more is there related to eddy current. ठीक है? So once you hear the word of eddy current, you don't have to अरे बाप रे ये क्या होता है, ये eddy current क्या होता है. You don't have to think in that way. बिल्कुल छोटू सा ऐसे ही कॉन्सेप्ट है eddy current. ठीक है? Advantages of eddy current. It is used in the braking of electric trains, electromagnetic damping, induction furnace, electric power meters. These are some of the uses of eddy currents. ठीक है? और कुछ नहीं. Moving on. Okay. Next, inductor क्या आता है? What is an inductor? A simple solenoid पता है ना आपको? A solenoid, I hope you do all remember. Circular turns which is wound over a length is simply called as a solenoid. So here in this case, that solenoid is called with the name of inductor, because here a process of self induction is going to happen. ये self induction क्या है मेरा बच्चों? Simple है. Let's say through this coil, right, a current flows. When current flows, a constant magnetic field is formed. So if a changing current flows, changing magnetic field is produced, which produces changing flux. If changing flux is produced, or in this particular coil, what happens? An EMF is induced in the same coil. That induced EMF is called as self-induced EMF, and ये process को we call it as self-induction, because changing current is produced in the same coil and EMF is induced in the same coil. वो process को, process है ना, ये process है ना मेरा बच्चा लोग, उसका नाम है self induction. ठीक है? इंडक्टर मटेरियल है, EMF induced self induced EMF है. ठीक है? and process self induction. Now okay, this is also called as a back EMF, because the induced EMF will be to oppose the increasing current. बिल्कुल ऐसे ही होता है. क्यों? Because here it is induction is happening, है ना, मतलब EMI, electromagnetic induction is happening. So the induced EMF polarity is according to Lenz's law. What does Lenz's law tell? The direction of the induced EMF or polarity is to oppose the reason for changing flux. Reason क्या है? Increase in current in this direction, ऐसे है ना, increase in current in towards right. So how can we oppose that according to Lenz's law? By producing an EMF in this direction, which can produce a current in the opposite direction. That will oppose the reason for changing flux. So the polarity will be in this direction, which is opposite to the external current. So as it is in the opposite direction, we call this EMF induced as back EMF. ठीक है? इसीलिए इसका नाम दे दिया है बच्चा लोग back EMF. ठीक है? हाँ, self induced EMF, inductance सब दे रहा है उत्तर. Okay. Now let's get into the formula. If phi b is a flux associated with one single coil of this inductor, n times phi b will be the total flux. Phi b is a flux induced with one single coil, right? N into phi b is the total flux associated, will be equal to L into I. First formula. I is the current passing through it, and L is called as the constant of a given inductor, which we call it as inductance. इसका नाम है inductance. ठीक है? Fine. Now for a given solenoid or for a given inductor है ना ऐसे, the value of inductance is given by mu naught छोटा n square area of this into L. Inductance of a solenoid is given as mu naught, which is permeability, छोटा n square, which is number of turns per unit length square, area of this coil into the length of the coil, capital L. हो गया. This is a formula to calculate the inductance value. ठीक है? Okay. So we are almost going to wind up this particular chapter, है ना? I hope you can understand. देख ले. Now The induced EMF in a self-inductor formula minus of L into di divided by dt. Very important formula from the part of self-inductance. Induced EMF in a self-inductor is with minus L into di by dt. Very important. ठीक है? Okay. Okay. Now, like we have told you, in different situations, right, we'll be asked to find out the voltage drop across an inductor. Magnitude सबको पता है कितना है? L into di by dt. This is the induced EMF or the back EMF, but the polarity, whether it is ऐसे or ऐसे, how to find that out, that is very important. देख ले, let's see. Now, देख ले, in this particular case, we are asked to find out the polarity of the induced EMF. Through this particular inductor, current is increasing towards right. So the reason for induction is increase of current towards right. So we have to oppose the reason according to Lenz's law. How can we oppose this increase of current? Right, by producing a current in the opposite direction. How can we produce a current in the opposite direction? By having positive polarity here for induce and negative, so that a current can be produced in the opposite with a magnitude L di by dt. समझ में आ गया? Still समझ में नहीं आया तो इधर देख ले, इधर देख ले. Inductor, current is flowing. ठीक है? The current through this particular coil is decreasing. So the reason is decrease of current in this direction. We have to oppose. Okay? We have to oppose this decrease of current in this direction. कैसे oppose करेगा? By producing a current in the same direction and by increasing the current in that direction. ऐसे we can oppose है ना, the decrease of current. How can we produce a current in this direction? If the polarity is positive here or negative here, by producing a current in that direction. ठीक है? Inside the inductor as the magnetic energy. Formula half L I squared. Half L is the inductor, I is the current passing through it. So the amount of magnetic energy stored is given by half L I square. Questions can come out from this particular part, so don't forget to by heart this. Mutual induction. Process क्या है? We have a coil. A current is increasing through that coil. So the increasing current will be producing increasing magnetic field. Let's say you are keeping another coil next to it. So what happens? The flux associated with the second coil changes because of the changing current in the first coil. So this process will be inducing an EMF in the second coil. वो होता है mutual induction. ठीक है? The induction of EMF in a coil because of changing magnetic flux produced by the adjacent coil. Mutual induction. ठीक है? Now the total flux associated with this particular coil is directly proportional to current in the second. Sorry, current in the first. Total flux associated with the second coil. ये second, ये first. Total flux associated with the second coil phi T2 is directly proportional to the current in the first Q, because magnetic field lines are produced by the current passing through the first coil. So these are producing magnetic field lines. So the flux associated with the second totally depend upon current in the first. है ना? ठीक है, हो गया. Now how can you convert it as an equation? Phi 2 is equal to m into I1. So this is the formula for flux associated with a coil in the case of mutual induction. Phi 2 is equal to m into I1. ठीक है? Fine. Now, question can be, what is the EMF induced in a coil? Formula is minus of m into di1 by dt. Phi 2 is m into I1. ठीक है? So EMF in the second coil is equal to minus of d phi 2 by d. Any issues? Rate of change of flux associated with the second coil is the EMF in the second coil. है ना? So if you substitute phi 2 as m into I1, m is a constant, it comes outside. So di1 by dt. That's how we have the equation as EMF associated with the coil. Simple. Okay, fine. Okay, now I'll be okay, fine, and I'll just ask you all the students. Sana, one, Sabra, Jyoti, Myara, Vansh, everyone, जल्दी से बता. ठीक है ना, मिल गया? ओके, परफेक्ट. लैग हो रहा है, सो नेटवर्क चेक कर लेने वेग आपका. ओके, फाइन, डन डन डन. फाइन, वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. सो सब ठीक है मेरा बच्चा लोग, लगता है ना? दैट्स व्हाट आई कैन सी, द स्माइलिंग फेसेस एंड थम्स अप फ्रॉम ऑल माय स्टूडेंट्स, मोर देन इनफ. ठीक है, सो लेट अस प्रोसीड फर्दर. नाउ क्वेश्चंस कैन आल्सो बी, if you have one inductor, matlab one coil, and inside this we have one small coil. This is having an area of capital A, length of capital L. This is having an area of small a, and this is having a length of small l. The mutual inductance M between two coils is equal to mu naught N1 into N2, number of turns in the first coil to number of turns in the second coil. Let's say this is first coil, this is second coil, into area into length. ठीक है, area, always make sure that among the two available solenoids choose the smaller area, among the two available solenoids choose the smaller length. So mutual inductance is having the formula of mu naught N1 N2 area into length. ठीक है, समझ में आ गया सबको? डन डन डन, नॉट अ बिग डील, है ना? तो प्रोसीड कर सकता है सपोज. ओके, म्यूचुअल इंडक्टेंस का हो गया. एसी जनरेटर. नाउ एसी जनरेटर क्या होता है बच्चे लोग? समथिंग व्हिच प्रोड्यूसेस एन अल्टरनेटिंग करंट. ठीक है, हियर वी हैव अ कॉइल हियर. It is kept in an external magnetic field of north and south. Okay, and you will be just rotating this particular closed loop. Here देख ले, magnetic field B is a constant. This loop is kept in an external magnetic field which is constant. ठीक है, then the area of this loop, that is also constant. Area is also a constant. Tell me, once you rotate this, है ना, what is changing? आप ही बता दे in the chat box, everyone. Once you rotate the coil in an external magnetic field, क्या change हो रहा है इधर to produce a change in flux? जल्दी से बता, आप ही बता दे, मैं कुछ नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, आप ही बता दे. क्या चेंज हो रहा है? B कांस्टेंट है, A कांस्टेंट है, क्या? अरे बाप रे, वेरी गुड, एंगल चेंज हो रहा है, वेरी गुड. निवेगा, रवि, कुक, हर्षिद, रानी, यस, इट इज द एंगल व्हिच इज चेंजिंग हियर. थीटा चेंज हो रहा है. ठीक है, इट इज द एंगल थीटा व्हिच चेंजेस, व्हिच इज प्रोड्यूसिंग अ चेंज इन फ्लक्स. ओके, नाउ टेल मी, लेट मी सी हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू डू रिमेंबर. If the angle theta is changing, tell me what is the formula for induced EMF? We have derived at the beginning. I'm not going to derive it again. We derived N B A omega sine omega t. याद है? N B A omega is a constant. Sine of omega t, time will keep on changing. Omega t value will keep on changing, which will be producing an alternating EMF here. ठीक है, this is all about the generator. Binay Prasad आ गया. So yesterday also Binay Prasad was there, always go 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 go. So he is also here to give us that push. Go sir, go sir, go sir. So we are going, obviously we are going. Okay, Abhilasha, Burwa, ठीक है. AC generator part is also over. Questions, go for it. So हमारा AC एक और चैप्टर खत्म. वी आर लेफ्ट विथ, सॉरी, EMI चैप्टर खत्म, एक और चैप्टर विच इज AC बाकी है. वैष्णवी, आई विल कम. पलक यस, मेघवर्षिणी यस, आंसर बोल दे इसका। निवेग इज लाइक डी, तुषार इज लाइक डी, रानी बोल रहा है डी, मेगा डी, सुप्रिया डी, हर्षित डी, खुशी डी, हिमांशु, अभिलाषा, अरे सब बोल रहे हैं, एवरीवन इज विद फुल ऑफ जोश, है ना, पूरा का पूरा जोश के साथ म्यारा, खुशी, रानी बोल रहे हैं ऑप्शन डी है बिल्कुल। ओके पूरा का पूरा कंसेप्चुअल क्वेश्चन था। Eddy currents are produced in a metallic conductor, right? Whenever the magnetic flux linked with it changes, right? Whenever the magnetic field changes, which in turn will be producing flux itself. So A and B is the reason for the production of eddy current. So we can go with the option D, which says both option A and B are correct. ठीक है? Purely on lenses law. कर ले आप. Answer, answer, answer. Answer. Waiting. Vinay is like D बोल रहा है. Abhinav is going with option D. Cook the cookie. A and B. Oh. Okay, this give it as y to x. Okay. Option B is like y to x. B y to x है. अब चेंज हो गया. सेम था अरिहंत. ठीक है, अब चेंज हो गया. चेंज हो गया अभी चेंज हो गया. A to B. Now everyone has confirmed their answer. Like A बोल रहा है ऑप्शन. ठीक है, सुप्रिया, A B, अपूर्वा is like going with option B है ना. हिमांशु, तनीषा, ठीक है. करेगा बच्चा लोग करेगा. Let's see. In the figure, magnetic field passing through the perpendicular plane of the conductor and directed into the paper is increasing, right? Magnetic field in the downward direction, देख ले. In this particular region, there is magnetic field inside, it is increasing. So, reason for change in flux क्या है? Reason क्या है? We'll write increase of magnetic field inside, है ना? This is the reason for changing flux. Lenz's law tells we have to oppose the reason. कैसे? How can we oppose this magnetic field inside? By producing a magnetic field outside. है ना? So, if the magnetic field has to be produced outside, what should be the direction of current? Take out your right hand. ले लिया. Keep your thumb in the direction of magnetic field to be produced. In which direction? Outward it has to be produced. So the direction of induced current has to be ऐसे anti-clockwise. ऐसे है ना? Current has to be ऐसे 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 मतलब x to y. Option A. Simple. Dimple का भी simple. Next. Another simple question. Next one. अगला question आ गया. चलो. अगला question आ गया. Answer biceps है Mr. Gamers. Kushi 0.5, Abhinav 0.1, Harshit is like 0.5, Abhinav 0.1, Tushar is like option D बोल रहा है, Kushi 0.5 बोल रहा है. ठीक है, देखेगा है ना किसका आंसर सही है किसका आंसर गलत है. Let's see. A coil having 500 square loops of side 10 centimeter is placed normal to the magnetic field, which increases at a rate of 1 Tesla induced EMF. EMF induced is minus n times d by dt of flux, which is BA. Cos theta is also there. As you all know, what is it? So a square loop it is. Magnetic field is perpendicular, but still area is, how will you take the area vector? Perpendicular to the plane of the area. So area vector and magnetic field है ना perpendicular to the plane है, मतलब theta का value 0 है, ठीक है, theta का value 0 है, so nothing to be worried about. So cos 0 is 1, we will get it as such, so it will be going. So n number of turns कितना? 500. Area is a constant, it's a square of loop, 10 centimeter, area is 10 into 10, 100 centimeter square, that is 10 power minus 2 meter square, into d by dt of b बाकी है, isn't it given ऐसे 1, हाँ, into 1 दे दिया है, so how much it is? 5 volt. Answer option B. है ना simple, है ना simple बच्चा लोग, है ना? और क्या सर? बोल दे हाँ सर, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सिंपल है. ओके कर ले. Simplest of all the questions we did till now. Cook the cookie. Answer D बोल रहा है already. अरे बाप रे. I just have shown you the question, फिर भी इतना जल्दी से आंसर दे रहा है. D. सुप्रिया D. हिमांशु D. खुशी D. बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सही है बच्चा, बिल्कुल सही है. Very good, very good. So you are on the track, है ना? Flux linked with a coil, okay, of n turns of area of cross section A held with its plane parallel to the magnetic field. देख ले. So we have a coil where the magnetic field है ना, ये magnetic field is parallel to the plane ऐसे. Magnetic field is parallel to the plane. You know that area vector is perpendicular to the plane. So angle between them कितना हो गया? 90 degree. Question ये कि flux कितना? It's BA cos theta. Theta how much? 90 degree. Cos 90 0 है. So phi B 0 हो गया. Simple, isn't it? इसमें क्या है डिस्कस करने के लिए? एक क्वेश्चन है assertion recent type. Which one? Last question. After this, we'll be starting the new chapter, which is alternating current. Sir, move. हाँ move कर लिया. Sudeep is like, sir, A, Ano, Khushi, A, Abhinav, A, Abhilasha, Khushi, Tanisha, Bobby, Tushar, Abhinav, Arihant, Himanshu. Okay, so everybody is going with the option A. बिल्कुल सही है मेरे बच्चे लोग, बिल्कुल 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 बढ़िया. Okay, yes sir, the correct option is A. I'll tell you. Acceleration of a magnet falling through a long solenoid decreases. देख ले, ये हमारा solenoid है. So this is a magnet, north pole is falling down. Okay, we know that whenever a north pole is falling down in the solenoid, the same pole will be produced according to Lenz's law. Okay, we already know that the induced EMF is produced in such a way to oppose the reason for change in flux. So north and north क्या हो जाएगा? Repulsion. Repulsion मतलब this will be experiencing a deceleration. So obviously acceleration will be decreasing, है ना? मतलब it will be experiencing a deceleration. बिल्कुल. Reason, the induced current produced in a circuit always flow in such a direction that it opposes the change that produces. Lenz's law is simply written as a reason, that itself is our reason. है ना? Okay, so it's our option. Okay. Okay, the very last chapter. We'll take 2 minutes rest, है ना? 2 minute rest लेगा फिर Bobby Kamari, try to solve as many questions as possible. Okay. Yes. So how many of you are ready? But chalo, कौन ready here for the very last chapter? Set Sana, Sudeep, Nivaj, Ayushi. हाँ ले लिया आपका नाम ले लिया ठीक है. Then Bobby, Miara, gamers, sub ready, everyone is ready. Harshit is like, sir, wait for 2 minutes, sir. ठीक है, waiting for 2 minutes, sir. Kamal, ready. Everyone is ready. Give me 1 minute. Meghavarshini, sir, you and Hemin Roy, sir, are friends or kya? We are from the same college. Okay, so Poli, ready? ठीक है. If you all are ready, why I have to wait? Let's get it started. It is alternating current, right? In this chapter, we talks about, right, whenever we provide a sinusoidal voltage. Sinusoidal voltage matlab the voltage that you provide across the circuit will be exactly looking like a sine curve, right? Here on the x-axis we have time, and on the y-axis here you have the voltage. Directly, as the time changes, the value of the voltage keep on changing, reaches the maximum value. The maximum value of the voltage is V0. Then it decreases, 0 ho jayega, then it goes to the other end, becomes maximum and becomes 0 again. So this keeps on happening, right? This is what you call it as an alternating voltage. In this chapter, we are going to learn, right? If an alternating voltage is applied across inductor, capacitors, resistors, kya ho jayega? What happened to the current? What is the resistance produced? Sub we are going to discuss. Now, starting with the first process, if the maximum value of a voltage is being given, how to find out the RMS value? RMS means the root mean square value of the given voltage. मतलब expressing an average of the voltage. क्योंकि voltage keeps on changing है ना. RMS value मतलब expressing the average value of the voltage. कितना होता है वो? V0 divided by root 2. So anything divided by root 2, right? Maximum value by root 2 will be giving its RMS value. Take it. मतलब if maximum value of current is I0, I0 by root 2 will be giving IRMS. That's what I wanted to say. Now, what we are going to learn is, if we start applying this AC across different kind of circuit, what is the value of current, resistance and everything is what we're going to discuss. Take it. So, to this resistor only circuit, we are providing the voltage which is V0 sin omega t. Okay, V0 sin omega t. First question. What is the value of current produced? Simple. I0 sin omega t. The value inside sine, we call it as phase. So inside the voltage is omega t. Inside the current also it is omega t. Matlab, the phase difference here is 0. There is no difference in phase between the voltage and the current in the case of a resistive circuit. Very important. Okay. Now, at the same time, how to get the maximum value of I0? If you already know the value of V0, very simple. V0 divided by R, simple, Ohm's law. I0 is equal to V0 by R. Bas. Okay. Then questions can be just like, what is the average power here? P average, how will you find out? That is equal to V RMS into I RMS. Write it separately. because I don't want you to get the wrong answer by using V naught into I naught. It is not the maximum values multiplication. RMS value of voltage multiplied by the RMS value of the current will be giving you the average value of power in a pure resistive circuit. Okay. Next is how to draw the phasor diagram for an AC circuit. Phasor means a straight line. Let me just draw the phasor for V equal to V naught sine omega t. How to draw the phasor here? For drawing the phasor, draw a line corresponding to the maximum value of the quantity. Here it is V naught. So draw a line where the length corresponds to maximum value of the quantity V naught. And the angle the line makes with the x-axis, let it represent the phase. So ये हो गया क्या? ये हो गया क्या? Obviously, this is the phasor diagram for voltage. Tell me, how can you draw the phasor diagram for current? I naught sine omega t. We know that I naught is V naught by R. So magnitude of I naught has to be lesser than V naught value. ठीक है. Draw कर ले. So while drawing the phasor, first draw a line where length corresponds to its maximum value. ठीक है. I naught. And the angle it makes with the x-axis should be showing its phase. So this itself should be the angle. You can see that there is no phase difference. That's why one is over the other. This is how you draw the phasor diagram of a pure resistive AC circuit. Clear? Okay. Moving for the second one, which is capacitor in the circuit. Now, to the capacitor, if we are providing a voltage of V naught sine omega t, the current produced is given by the formula of I naught sine omega t plus pi by 2. मतलब क्या है? Voltage is omega t phase है voltage का, but current is omega t plus pi by 2. मतलब there is a phase difference of pi by 2. At the same time, who is leading? कौन lead कर रहा है? Current leads the voltage by how much? By pi by 2. ठीक है? Very important. Okay. Next. Question can be, what is the resistance of this capacitor circuit? It is Xc. The resistance offered by capacitor to an external AC voltage is, we call it as capacitive reactance formula 1 by C omega. क्या होता है? 1 by C omega. C is capacitance, omega is angular frequency, सबको पता है. So I naught, maximum value of current, is equal to maximum value of voltage divided by resistance of the capacitor, which is Xc, which is equal to 1 by C omega. Okay? Done, done, done. Fine. Next क्या बाकी है? Average वाला power. Average वाला power कितना होता है? 0 होता है. In a capacitor circuit across AC, average power 0 होता है. Now, the very last thing is phasor diagram. How can we draw the phasor diagram? So, ये भी कर सकता है. So, okay. So, according to what we have, this is also fine, right? But I prefer this particular phasor diagram according to the equation we have. Okay, we know that voltage is given by V naught sine omega t, है ना? So how will you draw the phasor diagram for those? ऐसे, okay, where omega t, this is a V naught. Now current का formula कितना है? I equal to I naught sine omega t plus pi by 2. So with the x-axis, the angle it makes is omega t plus pi by 2. So 90 degree with the voltage, and from voltage we have to increase by 90 again, pi by 2 again. So this is I naught. This is how you draw the phasor diagram, okay, according to the equations which we have written. Okay, the other one is also correct. This shows that voltage is lagging behind the current by 90. The upper one is also showing the same here, but according to the equation, the downward one will be more appropriate. Okay, voltage is lagging current and by 90 degree bus. Okay. Okay, now inductor. To the inductor, if we are providing a voltage of V equal to V naught sine omega t, the equation of current will be equal to I naught sine omega t minus pi by 2. मतलब क्या है? मतलब ये है कि there is a phase difference of 90 degree and current is lagging the voltage by pi by 2. यही है इसका मतलब. Current lags the voltage by 90 degree. This is what is being said here. Clear? Fine. Okay. Next, the resistance offered by an inductor to the AC circuit, L omega. Okay. And the equation which connects I naught is V naught and all the thing is divided by XL. So instead of a resistor, here we have XL, which is the inductive reactance, which is the resistance offered by inductor to an AC circuit. One last thing. Average power कितना होता है इधर? 0 होता है. ठीक है. ठीक है. बोल दो. ठीक है मेरा बच्चा लोग. Is it all clear? है ना? ठीक है. सब क्लियर, सब बढ़िया. Got it? म्यारा, निवेग, नोक्षी, बोबी, राखी, सुप्रिया, तुषार, अरिहंद, सेना. Okay, so everyone is with full of thumbs up and with full of energy. Now, ये सब हो गया तो how can we draw the phasor diagram? Write the equation. V naught sine omega t is for voltage. Current is I naught sine omega t minus pi by 2. कैसे? First draw the phasor diagram for voltage, where the angle it makes is omega t, and for current from omega t subtract 90 degree. Subtract मतलब ऐसे will go down. So 90 degree नीचे, ये तो I naught. This is the phasor diagram for किसका? Inductor. हो गया? हाँ? Tell me, is it done? Is it all clear? Okay, so I hope it's crystal clear to every one of you in the classroom. So we're going to proceed further. Now to series LCR circuit, matlab we are going to connect the inductor, okay, the capacitor, and so here we are going to connect the inductor, resistor and the capacitor together in series, and we are going to provide a voltage of V equal to V naught sine omega t across it. V naught is the maximum value of voltage that is applied across all the three. Okay. Now, bacha log tell me, is the maximum value of voltage across inductor is VL, is maximum value of voltage across resistor is VR, and maximum value of voltage across capacitor is VC. Can you tell me, is there an relationship that exists between V naught and all these three? Bilkul. V naught is equal to root of VR square plus VL minus VC the whole square. Similarly, we know that this inductor is having a resistance which we call it as XL. This is having a resistance of R, and this is having a resistance of XC. So the total resistance of the circuit, which we call it as Z, is equal to root of R square plus XL minus XC the whole square होता है. This is the total resistance of the circuit. नाम है शहंशाह, है ना, impedance of the circuit. बस. Okay. अब और क्या है? Now, if you know V0 and Z, we can find out I0 is equal to V0 divided by Z. Okay. ठीक है. Now, for finding out the phase difference, just remember this impedance triangle. Okay. A triangle where there is phase differences and all the resistance in the circuit. Here you have XL minus XC, here you have R, and here you have Z. So if you want to find out the phase difference phi, you can take tan of phi is equal to XL minus XC divided by R, where phi is the phase difference. So if phi is a phase difference, how can we write the equation for current? I is I0 sine omega t minus phi. Omega t was the phase of our voltage. Omega t minus phi, which is phase difference, will give you what the phase inside current. Clear till this part? Okay. Done. And the very last part, I know that there is a power factor is not there in our real topic, but फिर भी the average wala power in an LCR circuit is VRMS IRMS into cos phi. Okay, and ये cos phi है ना, इसका नाम है power factor. What do we call this cos phi as? We call this cos phi as power factor, which is very important. Okay. Now, from the impedance triangle, बच्चा लोग कहाँ गए? Okay. You guys tell me, from the impedance triangle, cos phi क्या होता है? देख ले, impedance triangle. Okay, ये phi है, cos phi adjacent R divided by hypotenuse पे क्या है? Z. So this is how you find out different terms related to an LCR circuit. And if you know this, I don't think you don't have to be scared about anything. और कुछ नहीं होता है, इतना ही होता है. Only this much is there. Question can ask from our LCR part. और कुछ भी नहीं. Easy peasy lemon squeezy है, फिर तो बढ़िया, फिर तो बहुत बढ़िया. Sir, are you not feeling cold? बिल्कुल नहीं. मेरा legs तो pain कर रहा है. That तो जरूर है. I'm gonna make a very good sleep right now. So हो गया ना इधर तक? बच्चा लोग आप ही बोल दें, अरे बाप रे ये क्या हो गया, नीचे सब ये क्यों आ गया? I'll just okay, वो सब गया. Okay, हो गया. So proceeding further, series LCR के बारे में we have written everything. Impedance is done. Now resonance. Okay, we are only left with some more topics. मेरा बच्चा लोग, resonance. We know that the maximum value of current in an LCR circuit is I0, which is the amplitude. Okay, so resonance is defined as the condition in an LCR circuit where the amplitude of the current with which it oscillates will be having the maximum value. Okay, so this amplitude Anna will be having the maximum value when resonance occurs in our LCR circuit. So tell me, what is the value at which resonance occurs? When XL value equal to XC, मतलब when inductive reactance and capacitive reactance equal हो जाएगा, at that time we can have resonance in our circuit. XL क्या है? L omega. XC क्या है? 1 by C omega. Omega, take it to the left hand side. Omega square is 1 by LC. So omega कितना होता है? So the frequency at which resonance happens is given by the formula of 1 by root LC. ठीक है? Very important. ओमेगा इज इक्वल टू 1 बाय रूट एल सी. बहुत 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 इंपॉर्टेंट है मेरा. चलो ठीक है. देन let's find out what is I naught max. The maximum value of current at resonance formula कितना? V naught divided by root of R square plus XL minus XC the whole square. अरे root of R square plus XL minus XC is a formula for impedance. V naught by impedance is I naught. XL and XC will be equal at resonance. Put XL equal to XC. So XL minus XC 0 हो जाएगा. So V naught by root of R square. So that maximum value of the current in the circuit at resonance is given by the formula of V naught by R. Another important point. Okay, another super duper का भी ऊपर वाला important point है ये. Okay. फिर भी जा रहे हैं बच्चा लोग. हम जा रहा है. फिर sharpness of the resonance और quality factor. ये क्या होता है बच्चा लोग? If we are going to plot a graph. Okay, if we plot a graph between the frequency and the I naught value. Okay, frequency मतलब, और let's not if an angle is being if a graph is being plotted between I naught value and omega value, you very well know that मेरा बच्चा लोग क्या पता है आप लोगों का? हाँ, आपको पता है कि let n omega is omega naught I naught. Okay, the amplitude of the current will be having the maximum value. If the value of omega increases or decreases, matlab at any other value of omega, the value of I naught will be lesser than that. ऐसे. Okay, so this sharpness, can you see that pointy edge? So this sharpness we call it as quality factor. Okay, and what is the formula to find out the quality factor? That is equal to L omega naught by R. Omega naught is the angular frequency, resonance frequency. Now we already have seen L omega naught divided by R है quality factor का formula है ना. So L by R into omega naught का formula कितना? 1 by root LC. L and root L cancel कर ले, 1 by R into root of LC. We can obtain this particular formula also. ठीक है. So or instead you just substitute for this L here in L omega naught by R, you will get this formula also. So I'm leaving that to you. Okay, not a big deal. Chodu concept. Okay, fine. Simple है बच्चा लोग. और क्या? Power in an AC circuit हम already cover किया है. So last two topics, LC oscillation and transformers. Shall we do? Shiv Prasad, Miara, Komal, Deepika, Ritu. Hare Harshit, best physics educator in the world. Hare Bapre. You gave me a very big crown, Harshit. Thank you. Means a lot. Okay, Sachi mein, thank you. Deepika, Bobby. Raki, special utna kuch nahi tha. So I had normal food, but mom to de diya. It was so tasty, so obviously I say in that way it was special. Super duper. C ready. C ready क्या है? C for capacitor. Okay. LC oscillation. Let's see. L for inductor and C for capacitor. ये क्या होता है? What is this LC oscillation? देख ले. We are having a capacitor and let's say it is initially charged to a value of Q. Okay, so we are having a capacitor which is initially charged to a value of Q. Tell me bachalo, if capacitor has a charge of Q, what is the energy stored? Today only we have learned the chapter of electrostatics, Q square by 2C. Okay. This charge capacitor, I'm going to connect it across an inductor ऐसे. Can you see? Of some L value. I'm going to connect it. Once this circuit is closed, क्या हो जाएगा? Yes, because of the potential difference across this capacitor plates, the current will start to flow in this direction. है ना? Current will start to flow. As the current start to flow, what will happen to the charge? Charge on this capacitor plate slowly reduce because the charge is getting discharged. है ना? मतलब we'll write that charge reduce हो जाएगा, and as more and more charge are being discharged, current will be increasing. है ना? So current. So charge will be reducing, current will be increasing. Charge will be reducing and current will be increasing. At a particular point, charge कितना हो जाएगा? 0 हो जाएगा, and current will be having the maximum value. When charge is 0, tell me what is the energy in the capacitor? What is the energy in the capacitor? 0 हो जाएगा. Energy कहाँ गया? Because we have learned that energy is always conserved. कहाँ गया वो? अरे, now it is converted into current. If current is there inside the inductor, just now we have learned. It is converted as the magnetic energy inside the inductor. समझ में आ गया? Initially energy is there in the capacitor, Q square by 2C. Charge becomes 0, maximum current is produced. Then we have what? We have the maximum magnetic energy. So current is maximum, है ना? So now current charge is 0, current is maximum. What will happen? This current will be start charging this capacitor plates again. So current will reduce, charge will increase. मतलब this keep on oscillating ऐसे. समझ में आ गया? This energy है ना between the capacitor and inductor ऐसे it will keep on oscillating. This is simply called as LC oscillation. इसका नाम है बच्चा लोग क्या? LC oscillation. समझ में आ गया? समझ में आ गया सबको? और क्या सर? बिल्कुल समझ में आ गया. Question can come. What is the angular frequency with which it oscillates? Formula same as our resonant frequency ka formula. Here also it is omega is 1 by root LC. Then question can come as from energy equation, which you already know. Okay. Now question can come, what is the equation of energy in which is stored inside this particular capacitor plate? Formula Q is equal to Q naught sin omega t. The equation to represent the charge inside this capacitor plates हो गया. बस these are the factors, these are the things you should be knowing related to what? क्या है? LC oscillation हो गया. अरे now last बच्चा लोग हो गया हमारा एक दिन का पूरा मेहनत का लास्ट टॉपिक है इधर ट्रांसफॉर्मर्स. हो गया. इसके बाद और कुछ नहीं. टर्म 1 तो हो गया. कल क्या करना है आप लोग? as many MCQ practice कर ले. थियरी ये काफी है. I can write it somewhere and tell you थियरी यही काफी है. ठीक है. Transformer, why we have? Okay, transformers are used in huge transmission lines, okay, so that we can change the value of potential according to our needs. Basic structure, it will be having an iron core ऐसे. Can you see that? An iron core will be there. Two windings will be there. First one we call it as primary. Second one we call it as secondary. So across the primary coil we'll be giving the input, and from here we will take the output from the secondary. So if we are providing an alternating voltage here, an alternating current is produced in the primary and changing value of magnetic field is produced where an EMF is induced in the secondary. मतलब क्या हो रहा है इधर? Because of mutual induction, voltage is induced in the second coil. वही है. So if voltage in the primary is Vp, if voltage in the secondary is Vs across this transformer, ratio of Vs divided by Vp is directly proportional to Ns by Np. Ns and Np क्या है? Ns is number of turns in the secondary coil ऐसे, and Np is the number of turns on the primary coil. Can you see that? This is Np, this is Ns. If the current in the primary is IP and current in the secondary is IS, this is equal to IS divided by IP. बस हो गया इतना बस. We are done, Dhruv, and that was the last topic, and we are done, let's say. Yay! So yes, let me tell you all, we have completed the term 1 topics in one single day. So it was a huge, what will I say, it was a huge thing for me, because I never took class just like 7 to 8 hours in a day, and ye to ho raha hai. And this is what is happening. What is ideal transformer with zero power loss? This is the equation of an ideal transformer, what we have written. Okay, so finally theory is completed. Ritu, you were there in the entire class from 3 o'clock. Very good. Abhilasha, Abhurva, Raki, Khan, Himanshu, Harshvardhan, Sudeep. Okay. Shana, thank you. Sumit, Raki, Deepika, Himanshu. So do I look like someone who has spent a lot of energy? Do I look like someone like that? From chapter 2 onwards, Bobby. Very good. Questions बाकी है, करके जाए everyone. Did I write something wrong there? Oh, bachalo. Thank you so much who told me this. Array, in that constant thought to the winding up the class, मैं बोल गया VS by VP is equal to NS by NP is IP by IS. Inversely proportional है ये. अरे बाप रे, thank you so much for telling me this, Sumit. अरे बाप रे, thank you. Okay, today's का पूरा नोट मिल जाएगा सब लोगों को in Unacademy class 11th and 12th. Okay. Wow. Miara is like, no sir, you look like you have just woke up and now you're going to teach us back again. Okay, badhiya. Okay, so I think I have told you in the correct manner, but once I wrote it on the board, तो ऐसे हो गया, पता नहीं. ठीक है, so वो just make a small change there. Okay. अरे, why we are moving in this direction? जा भाई जा. Question कहाँ है? Question, हाँ, question आ गया. Harshit, step up means the voltage is increased, step down means voltage तो decrease कर रहा है. Okay, great. MCQ आ गया था, MCQ देख ले. आ गया right in front of you. Okay, I'll just move, है ना? I'll just move aside. So जल्दी कर ले and we'll wind up today's session. ठीक है? Never, Sana. Not even by standing. I never thought in my entire life 8 hours. There was an extra 1 hour of class on the platform also. वो भी था. So never ever I have done this. Thank you, Darshan, Vaijayanti, Abhilasha, Harshvardhan. Okay, so thank you so much everyone. Now answer दे दे इसका. जल्दी. Tell me बच्चा लोग what you all can do. आप सब लोगों को क्या कर सकता है, थोड़ा सा प्यार दे सकता है आमिर भैया को. What you all have to do for that? Move your cursor, click on that like button. वो ही करना है. I think you all are gonna do that, है ना? That small thing. Okay, so everyone is like yes, is it B? Very simple है. देख ले, total voltage of 120 is here, right? And voltage drop across a resistance is found to be 102. VC कितना? Simple. We all know what's the formula. V naught is equal to root of VR square plus VC square. So squaring on either side, 120 square is equal to VR kitna? 102 square plus VC square. Do the math. VC you will get it as 63 volt. Not a big deal, है ना? It's a small direct equation, I say. Simple. So what should I do for tomorrow for physics? Physics MCQ. जितना MCQ कर सकता है उतना MCQ कर ले from all the chapters. Okay. So make a limit from each chapter 30 MCQ. So complete that 30 MCQ from all the chapters. वो ही करना है. Very good Miara. Why Jayandi? ठीक है. Shazab. Okay. Moving on. Next. अरे बाप रे, roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet but not sweeter than you, Ameer sir. अरे thank you. Okay. Megharshini. Okay, fine. Answer क्या है इसका? What is the answer? बच्चा लोग? Anyone? कोई है? Something new. आपका नाम इधर, I can't see the name. It is written as something new. So how can I take your name? Anyway, took your now something new वाला नहीं. B option is being given here. Okay, Nivag, don't know. Okay, Deepika is with B. Ajay, Tushar D बोल रहा है. Ajay is with B. Okay, so I can see a mix of options here. Anyway, we'll do it. An AC voltage source as V0 is connected in a circuit. So it is given that R is equal to 1 by C omega. Okay, the P current is I0. So how can we write the value of I0 in terms of voltage and resistance? Very simple. I0 is equal to V0 divided by impedance, है ना? V0 divided by, according to what we have mentioned, we should believe that there is a resistor and capacitor. So impedance का formula क्या होता है? Root of R square plus XC the whole square. XC मतलब 1 by C omega the whole square. ठीक है. 1 by C omega देख ले given as R. So 1 by C omega R. So R square plus R square हो जाएगा 2R square. So this will be V0 divided by root 2R. First case, ठीक है. Second case, if the angular frequency of the voltage source is now changed to omega by root 3, then the new peak current कितना होता है? Let's do it. I0 dash कितना होता है वो तो question है. So that is V0 divided by Z itself. That is V0 divided by, there is no change in resistance, that is R square itself, but omega is changed to omega by root 3. So this will be 1 by C. C instead of omega, we'll have omega by root 3. I'm going to write it here, the whole square. कोई problem? कुछ भी नहीं है ना? So ठीक है, देख लें. V0 divided by root of R square. 1 by C omega is already R given. So this is root 3 into R. 1 by C omega is R. So root 3 R the whole square. कितना हो जाएगा? 3R square. How much is it? This हो जाएगा V0 divided by 3R square plus R square, 4R square. That is equal to 2R. This I'm going to write as V0 divided by root 2 into root 2R. Now हो गया. So the new current I0 dash is equal to 1 by root 2. V0 by root 2R कितना होता है? I0. So the new I0 is equal to 1 by root 2 times the initial I0. Okay? Yes. डन मेरा बच्चा लोग. Okay. Now, last question. आप ही कर लें. One last question. I'm gonna sit here. मेघवर्षिनी, खान साहब, अजय, दीपिका, म्यारा. Good evening, Poonam. Good evening, Poonam. Arihan Singh is going with the option B. Abhilasha with A, Shadow Killer with A, Arihant with B, Megharshini C, Apurva B, Himanshu A. Fair. A, B, A, Devil. Okay, so I can see a mix of options. Let's see. Which is our final last question of our Bacha log, everyone. Put out some claps out there. The very last question here on this particular marathon series. Done. So assertion is the alternating current lags behind the EMF. The alternating current lags behind the EMF by a phase angle of 90 degree when the it flows through an inductor. Current lags behind EMF 90 degree, correct. Inductor, current is lagging behind the voltage by 90 degree, correct. Reason, the inductive reactance increases as the frequency of the AC source increases. Inductive reactance ka formula L omega. As the frequency omega increases, XL also increases, है ना? हाँ बिल्कुल वो भी सही है. Inductive reactance increase as the frequency of AC source increases, वो भी सही है. मतलब assertion and reason are true, but reason is not explaining the assertion statement, है ना? Option B हमारा correct answer. ठीक है, ऑप्शन बी हमारा करेक्ट आंसर एंड हो गया बच्चा लोग. And there, with full of energy and proudly, as your educator, I must say that this is over, right? This marathon series is over here after I don't know, some hours, let's say, right? I'm so energetic, I'm still so happy, I'm still proud of myself, and I'm still proud of all of you who took this much of time and spent here. And I hope you are not regretting. You are totally worth of it, I suppose, because we have completed the entire theory and did some beautiful MCQ questions here. So tomorrow, try to do as many multiple choice questions as possible as a practice, and on Friday, go to the exam hall with a smiling face, just like I say all the time. Come back from the exam hall with a smiling face and tell me, Ameer Bhaiya, the physics exam was great, we all did so great. Okay, Palak, salute, thank you so much, salute back to you. Okay, tomorrow's timing मैं तो आराम करेगा, आप लोग पढ़ाएगा, ठीक है? Okay. Okay, very good Harsh, very good Harsh. Keshu, Abhilasha, Khan Sahab, Meghavarshini, Shanu, Myara. अरे मत, I don't want to simply stand here for 20 minutes and make it 8 hours. बस हो गया मेरा. Okay. Bahubali Allah, Ameer Basith. Okay, so thank you so much. I'm so happy to see this. I have no idea, but I'm having so much of happiness in myself. Maybe we did something so great, Hana? So yes, we all did something so great. Maybe that's the reason I'm so happy. So you must prove that what we did here and the time which I have spent here was totally worth. So I want every one of you to grab as much marks as possible in the upcoming exam. So Harsh, Ritu, Myara, Amritanshu, Apurva, Sumit. Amazing. So in the picture I was sitting, but I was actually standing, Hana? So this is over, and bachalo, these are the batches which is happening for class 11, for class 12's ka batches, and right now bachalo, if you make the subscription, extra 6 months is given, okay, only for the first 1,000 subscribers. Special class ka timetable I will update, free special class features. These are the things you can go through it. Thank you everyone, bachalo. Koi hai kya, those who haven't shown some love towards Ameer Bhaiya? You all can click on that like button and do let me know that you have enjoyed the class. Jaldi se everyone click on that like button and do let me know. Do let your Ameer bhaiya know that you all have enjoyed the class, okay, and it was a beautiful session for every one of you. Jaldi fatafat go for it. Okay. Notes, everyone, notes I'm going to update now in the Unacademy class 11th and 12th Telegram channel. Right, for the past 2 classes, first class ka already updated hai. For the past 2 classes, ye class and for magnetism I'm going to upload now. So keep it there. So bye everyone. ठीक है. So thank you so much. Those who haven't subscribed, subscribe कर ले. So thank you. Let's crack it. So bye. Prashant, Shanu, Jitendra, Abhilasha, Myara, Megha, Palak, Himanshu, Sudeep, Thalita. Bye everyone. Bye 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 bye. See you all in the next classes and go rocket. I think this will be the last class before exam. ठीक है. So bye bye. Best of luck मेरा बच्चा लोग. So go and rocket. Bye bye everyone.